Alright guys, you know what it is. It's time for the tier list, and I've been actually doing a good amount of testing before this. Although I'm still probably going to get a lot wrong. This format seems like a toss-up to me, but we'll see. So, actually encountered uh Blackwings on the ladder. Um, I tried Blue Eyes, I tried mimighoul, and I tried Primite Good Stuff, and also Snake Eyes Fiendsmith when I was laddering, just to get a feel for the format. Uh, I actually lost one game to someone playing Blackwing, and I saw the deck 3 or 4 times in Diamond. I'm gonna put it in playable. I feel like I've been too harsh on it. Go figure. In previous list, I'm harsh on everything, but I feel like it belongs there. Branded, I'm gonna put up in tier 2 with potential to move down, but they have 2 branded fusion back. They have more support. They have just a lot going for the deck. I don't know if you're gonna see a bunch of representation with the other crazier stuff you could run, but it's there. Scent. You play Scent. If I'm gonna put Blackwing in there, I gotta put Scent in there. They still got Crimson Dragon shenanigans. Crystron, I feel like is playable. If I'm going to put Blackwing in here, I got to put Crystron in there. I don't feel like Crystron's better than playable. I feel like the deck is still pretty easy to get over. If they had Halifibrex back, it'd probably be a different story, but then everyone would also be playing that, so I'm glad it's still banned. Blue Eyes, I'm put towards the butt end of tier 2, and it has potential to move down. I didn't think it would be hurt as bad by the hits, but the hits really hurt the consistency. Like this deck, and with what else is in the meta right now, this deck just feels like a big old series of bricks. And honestly, I think I put it to my last format too. Snake Eyes, good stuff. Like Snake Eyes, Primite, Bysteel, Fiendsmith pile. Probably still better than Blue Eyes last format because they had all their stuff, and Blue Eyes is just putting out the Blue Eyes board. Uh, Flu, I'm not even gonna put a non-viable. Non-viable is like Rogue. You could play it. You might get to Diamond with it, but I don't really see you doing too good with it. It's not viable on the ladder. Uh, but Flu, I don't even think. Like Flu is just so outclassed by everything above it at this point. Um, Adventure is an engine. Gears at the butt end of playable with potential to move down. Same with generators. Probably going to move them down. Uh, Dragon Link's not viable right now, I feel like. Let's move these guys down. I'm going to, yeah, that feels right. Endymion, still playable. It's just really mid right now. Chimera Fiendsmith and friends, I actually feel like are probably up here. I actually would put them above Scent. Evil Hero is more of an engine right now with the different things that they can do and the different splashable things. I feel like this is more of a splashable thing than its own deck at this point. Like, even in Chimera, I'm running Gold and the other one that, like, searches to special amount to do Fiendsmith and Fusion shenanigans. So, like, I feel like it's an engine more so right now than anything or splashable. Adding Nister, Cyber Spam and friends with their untargetable boss monster. Probably right there. Probably right there. It feels like it belongs there. Cash is more of a splashable thing than its own deck right now. I haven't seen anyone playing pure Cash in a long time. And I still see Cash as an engine in so many things, just with Fenrir being splashable, Unicorn being splashable, the Field Spell being flashable, blah. And Cash Theoriosis being splashable. I just feel like it's a decent splashable engine. Unfortunately, my precious Inzectors are in poo poo. I recently tested them again, and they're no. This deck is bad. You have GBs right next to them, and then you have Gokis right next to those, and then we already covered Cybers and Friends with Ignister. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on the same pump there. Uh, Memento probably like down there for now. Horus definitely a good engine. See it more than Adventure, but less than Cash. Invoked we almost never see, so pretty much based on representation down there. These guys, I always forget their name like every time. It's the make the 5 Omni Negate equip thing. Sure. If we're gonna put Endymion there, we're gonna have to put them there. Marinsis, there we go. Fiendsmith's still probably best engine right now. Mimighoul, nah, I'll put tier 2 just because like it's a lot better in Master Duel than it was in the TCG. Because in Master Duel, you don't have people side decking Dark Hole, you don't have people side decking Regeki, you don't have people putting all the hate in for them that they could. It's just a best of one. So you can easily like eat people's lunch with Mimighoul. Plus you have Fiendsmith to run Mimighoul Fiendsmith, and you can do more than just the Mimighoul shenanigans. I feel like the deck is decent, but I could very easily be proven wrong. Uh Heroes, I'm putting heroes up here. I'm putting heroes up here because of Darklaw. Because if you go first turn Darklaw, you will make your opponent have a bad time. A lot of decks need the graveyard, and Darklaw is just a very good card in this format. And you have all the other hero things and all the other stuff for heroes to search. And that's what I have to say about that. Bysteel, probably right there above Cash, just based on representation. I see Bysteel more right now. Ice Barrier. So we're going to put Ice Barrier there. And I'm going to move Marinsis down to here. And I'm going to move Endymion down to here. And consider moving Blackwing down. But I feel like Ice Barrier are too easy to punish because we have even more things to punish them now thanks to Dominus coming out. Dominus Purge, Dominus, the other ones, all the different Dominuses. The ones that stops something from summoning and the one that stops from adding. Those hurt the deck. There's just so many people running tons of hand traps. I just feel like Ice Barrier is going to have a hard time. Ice Barrier and Ice Jade are going to be next to each other because you're playing both of them. You're not really playing one without the other at this point. Primite, Blue Eyes, and Primite variants are probably still like a good solid tier 2. I know it belongs in the engine, but I'm just putting this up here to represent like Primite good stuff and stuff like that. Kaijus are non-viable right now. I guess they fall into more of a splashable engine thing, but I've seen Kaijus even less frequently than Invoked. So Pearly, why are we putting Pearly in the engine tier? Pearly Mimighoul is actually kind of fire. Pearly Mimighoul got fire. What am I? I'm a 34-year-old man. I should be saying fire. Pearly is actually a decent image for engine for Mimighoul at this point. Spiral, even with Primite, is doo doo. Gemnite's still doo doo. Red Eyes like engine stuff doo doo. Unless you're counting Fusion. Fusion is always splashable in a lot of decks. Numlaria, yeah, I feel doo doo. ABC, BBB, non-viable, probably behind Gears, but ahead of Generators. I'm actually gonna put Dragon Link down below Generators. Engine, Danger, I see it about that often. Muskets, doo doo. Exodia, the Exodia Millennium deck thing, Wombo combo, probably non-viable. Better than Poo Poo, but non-viable right now. Lab is butt into playable. Shit, I'd rather play Blackwings at this point. Ryuge, or Ryuge. Happy Pride Month. I don't know whether to put him in playable or non-viable. I'm gonna put him in playable for now. We'll see. I'm excited about the deck. I might try to carry the deck to master, and even if I do, A sample size of one is not enough to put them higher. If they top any like community events or anything, I'll move them up on the next list and I'll say I was wrong. But right now, I predict they're going to be playable to middle of non-viable, probably. Adamantipator can be at the butt end of playable. We already covered like Dragon Link stuff. I'm seeing more of Runic than I'd like to lately, but it's still not a very good deck. But as an engine, it's decent as an engine. Rescue Ace, I feel like they've kind of fallen out. I'm gonna put them in non-viable. I even rather play Emancipator. Resignator is non-viable. You could play. I could even see you going far with it. It's just there's so many better options in the meta, and the things above it are just better than it, and it's. I feel like it struggle buses a little. But I don't feel like it's bad enough to put it in poo-poo. Exo Sisters, I'm also gonna put them in non-viable. The non-viable tier, I feel like, is a good balance in between the playable tier and the poo-poo tier, because it's like I could see someone getting Master with Resignator or winning a small community event with Resignator, but I can't see someone doing it with Fluor and Zector, you know? Like, these I feel like are possible. These I feel like, no. Um, I'm actually gonna put Cyber Dragons here. I'm not gonna put them in poo poo. There's the fact that Clockwork Knight is searchable now, which is kind of funny. So I can see the deck like maybe stealing a couple wins here and there, but it's not quite bad enough to be poo poo, but it might move down. We'll see. Fire King. I mean, it's still there. It's still doing its thing. People think the deck is dead. It's not dead. Murmel. I feel like Murmel belongs in great. I know that place like Master Rule Meta put it lower, but like, what has the deck lost? Let me ask you that. What has the deck lost since it got the rest of its cards? It's lost nothing. Minkonko. We're gonna put Emancipator there. We should put Minkonko there. I feel like that's where it belongs. We tested Infernoids, poo poo doo doo. Orcust, I feel like it's not super viable right now, but it's still a decent deck. Pendulums, those are in the toilet right now. Ritual Beast, same logic as Murmel. What has the deck lost? I feel like it belongs in the great tier. Punk has actually been represented quite a bit lately. The engine's doing pretty good, and it's a pretty decent deck. Dark Magician is still gonna go in the poo poo tier. I even made Master with one of my decks for one of my accounts. I made Master with Dark Magician Primite. So the deck is still bad. It's poo poo. Like, you could have good representation with it, but playing that deck was a struggle bus against everything in the meta, even stuff that was off meta. It was a struggle bus. Evil Eye, that goes in the doo-doo tier. Sprite Life Twin. This deck's actually very playable. Sprite, having all their stuff back, kind of bolsters Life Twin. I feel like it's right there. I don't feel like a lot of people are going to play it, but I feel like it's somewhere tier 3-ish, with potential to move down to tier 4. Even with danger, Dark Bolts are bad. D to D. Oops. There we go. D to D. Or day to day, whatever you want to call it. Tier 3. They can put out an Emancipator board, pretty much. I've already covered Cyverse. Valmonica, even Valmonica Fiendsmith is really bad. I'm going to put it in non-viable with potential to move down. Unchained, still a really good engine. I'm going to put it right there. In between Punk and... Actually, I'm going to move Unchained up. I think I see it more than Punk. Voiceless. Non-viable. Trap Tricks. Poo Poo. Tenpei, uh, Tier 2, Sharks, non-viable, White Forest, Engine, see it even more than Bisteel, Volcanics, doo-doo, Skull Servants, meme, Skull Servants are a meme. Sprite is both an engine and viable at this point. I feel like Sprite belongs in Tier 2. I'm actually going to do this. There we go. That feels better. Dinosaurs, not viable. I don't think you're ever going to see him on the ladder, though. I don't see anyone running pure dinos. I don't feel like they're poo. I just feel like they're underrepresented. Snake Eyes is... Snake Eyes good stuff, like Snake Eyes Control and Snake Eyes variants. I still feel like... Snake Eyes Fiendsmith is probably going to be our Tier 1 like decks. I feel like Fiendsmith variants are still just going to be the best. Sorry, Blue Eyes players. Subterror, Poo Poo. So I actually played Sword Soul Tenyi. I'm gonna put them in non-viable. I feel like they're better than Poo Poo. I actually played it on the ladder a little bit. The deck actually got some wins. It's okay. If you go first, you definitely have a better chance of winning. Sky Striker, I'm also gonna put a non-viable. I don't feel like they belong in Poo Poo. I feel like the deck is decent enough to be a non-viable. These guys as an engine, probably behind Punk. Here, like Drytron Herald, bad. Galaxy Eyes, meme. Dragon Maids, they're bad right now. Antimatter represented by Necro Valley. Yeah, tier 3. Ubel, tier 3. Put Dynamorphia there. That's not what I want to do. Dynamorphia can go down and poo-poo. Where'd Ubel go? Oh, Ubel's supposed to be in tier 3. There it is. There it is. Tier 3. Right here. Manadium. It's not really even used as an engine anymore. You never see it. Poo-poo. Rika. Poo-poo. Raid Raptor. I'm gonna put Raid Raptor down and unviable. Oh yeah, Cyber Angels is an engine. You like never see them. But they are an engine. Burning Abyss, PK, good stuff. Poo poo. Prank Kids, poo poo. Scareclaw, non-viable. Tier. I'm gonna put tier at the butt end of tier 3. I just feel like everybody knows how to play around tier at this point. Azamina, like the best, most splashable engine. Ashen, doo-doo. Buster doo-doo. Reactor dudes, the new reactor dudes. I have no idea where they're gonna be. All I know is they're a meme. Adding materials to your hand. Materiactors. Meme. Eternal meme status. Numeron meme. Even more of a meme than Galaxy Eyes. Skull Servant, gotta be head of the meme tier. Materiactors, second. Sam's not viable. Starfrost is like an engine whatever. I don't really think I need to even rank that. Chainburn meme. Probably right here on the meme list, actually. Alright, you guys. Here is your tier list. Roast me down below. Give me a like down below. Dislike, whatever. Just interact with the video. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. In the next one. In the next one. And maybe even the one after that.